So it's wonderful to be back with you again. It's been a while since we've shared our energies with you and you with us. One of the topics that we wish to talk about today is forgiveness. And it might be a little different than what you all have experienced before, because there seems to be this misunderstanding of forgiveness is more of a outward projection to others, to forgive what the situations were, or what the people did, or what individuals have done to you, that sort of thing. And so there might be a necessity to move on from this by forgiving them. And this is quite the opposite. So forgiveness is more of an energetic feeling for your past. And as we are moving forward now, depending upon the energies that you're feeling from the galactic core, forgiveness can be a tool that you can use for yourself in looking at the past and to letting go of the past. And the forgiveness, the feeling of this forgiveness, the energetic feeling of forgiveness is really about the emotional attachment that comes along with this. And the emotional attachment that comes with the situations or the people is what you have created with that emotional attachment. The emotions and the feelings that you were presented with back in the day, and even could have been yesterday, were created and manifested by yourself, and usually manifested through the mind and not through the heart space. For the heart space does not really care about being right or wrong. The emotional attachments have a flavor that gives that understanding, that suggestion that either you or the situation or the people need to be right or wrong. And so what we suggest to you at this time is to look at those situations, to let go of them, is to look at the emotional attachment, which is kind of a vibration, if you will, or a frequency that you've created within yourself to hold on to those situations. The reason you hold on to those situations, of course, is the ego or the mind. And the mindset wishes to hold on to things to be able to use at a later date, either against somebody or against a situation. So since as we are moving forward together in the shift that's taking place on the planet, those situations and those emotional attachments, of course, are no longer needed. In fact, if you hold on to them, they will stop you from feeling the true essence of the energies that are coming through and the vibrations and waves of energy that are coming through right now. So looking at the past, again, which could just be even moments ago or long ago, whatever emotional attachments are being held on to, this is what you must face and be with to release through your body. For, of course, you know, as we've talked in the past, that those emotional attachments and energies and frequencies are being held by the cellular structure, your energetic structure, throughout your whole body. It can cause disease. It can cause a sense of imbalance. And as you're walking through this new shift, those imbalances might start showing up. And the simplicity of it, of course, is to allow your heart to be present with no judgment for the situations that happened in the past, but to forgive yourself in such a way of allowing that emotional attachment to take place. Now, if you were to see some of these people or be with these situations, say, through a trigger that you have on an everyday walk of life, or a trigger that might happen in a dream, or a trigger that might happen through another person, for instance, that is carrying the same type of energy, say manipulation or judgment of the same situation of the person from the past that triggers you, this is a very healthy situation because it's bringing it forward for you to take a look at, so you have the opportunity to finally release it. to allow yourself not to judge it once again, but just to be with the emotional attachment that comes with it, to recognize that you're still holding it within your body. If it is being held within your body, then it's also going to bring an imbalance to the energetic part of you, the energetic bubble that you hold around yourself is going to be in somewhat of an imbalance as well. So this is a healing process that can take place. And we'll get into that in just a little while. In fact, we wish to present a gift to you at the end of this channel that we know and will assist you to really move quickly into the new energetic values that are coming into the planet. So to understand forgiveness truly is not to necessarily to forgive someone outside of you or to forgive a situation, but more about however you interplayed with that to create an emotional attachment that drove you to look at this in a different way through your mind. Now, one of the things that can happen as you do this work is that you might even see or recognize the same person or situation once again, as we just said, but there'll be no trigger anymore. It's almost as if you just are there and you just notice for yourself that you're in this situation and there's nothing there. It's very neutral. You have no judgment of it whatsoever, and it might surprise you a little bit. This will tell you that you have worked through the emotional attachment to it, that there isn't a trigger there any longer. There isn't the judgment that's left. There isn't a low frequency that you're holding on to from the situation that happened so long ago, or if it happened yesterday. So that gives you a little bit of a clue for yourself internally that yes, you have walked through it. And so there is no need to walk into these situations anymore or with these people anymore. To look at them with gratitude is another big piece of forgiveness. To be thankful, to have walked through the situations that you've had into your life to bring you to where you are today, to bring you more clarity and more balance. The less judgment, of course, there is, the sooner your heart will open even more. It will enhance the ability for the heart to be more present, for the clarity to be more present, and there to be a more of a situation where the higher mind, as we've talked in the past, will come down, as opposed to the ego mind, which wishes to continue to have some kind of attachments to situations that have happened before. Now, this is going to go a long way in assisting you, because with the new energies that are coming in, we've talked again about where the planet is at this point, where the solar system is at this point, that is going through a new energetic cloud, they might call it, or an energetic possibility around the galaxy. This has happened many times before, so this isn't the first time. However, just as much as you have changed at this point in your journey, the Earth has changed as well. So it's not the same as it was when it was in this position before. You might say the Earth is more open as well. Your mother has more of an understanding of where she is going to. So because she's walking into this energetic realm once again, she's able to welcome more energetic vibrations into her system as well, which you're starting to see is some of the weather situations that are happening throughout the planet. You might also see waves of frequency that you're starting to learn that some of what we might call the brotherhood, the dark brotherhood, is trying to use to bring more fear vibration into the situations. So the Earth is now recognizing these different vibrations that are going on from the planet, and is not going to, let's say, put up with it as much as it used to. And so you're seeing a lot of things happening from earthquakes, volcanoes, different weather patterns, these kind of things where nature or the mother can use to kind of clean the air, if you will, make things happen, to be able to balance things off in her own right. This is a natural process that's taking place. Unfortunately, there is going to be a lot of catastrophe as far as a lot of death with certain human beings and so on. But this is just a natural process that is happening. It looks, you might say, pretty ugly, is using one of your words, but quite frankly, it is very beautiful. A lot of these people that have been chosen to go through these situations, their souls have chosen because they can clean up their karma much quicker by walking through some of these disasters. It's hard for you as a human being to watch because of the compassion that you hold as an empathetic soul, yet these are very beautiful situations that are happening at the time. Another thing that we wish to share with you is that we had spoken quite a long time ago, and this would be anywhere from 8 to 10 years ago, about a darkness that was going to come on the planet, and it was going to come from the east. And some of you were present for that channel so long ago during one of the workshops that Tomei was presenting. And it was going to come from the east, and a lot of people were going to die. And so you are just coming out of that. The darkness, of course, was the virus that was man-made that came across the planet and then decided to spread so rapidly everywhere and cause this kind of wave of negativity and fear that the Dark Brotherhood wants to try and control so that they can keep people at a very low frequency. It didn't work. We're here to tell you that it did not work. It did not affect you in ways of fear. It created the opposite. For many of you recognized how you could rebuild your immune systems because of the situations that were at hand, and not just necessarily with the virus that they created, but with other viruses as well, because of the immune system being interrupted a little bit, you might say, by the fear wave, the frequency that this man-made virus caused. It caused also each of you to look at yourselves and to understand how you can build up your own immune system and become stronger than you were before. So you might say it had an opposite effect of what they had hoped it would be. It did create a lot of fear, but it did not hurt those of higher frequency. And so it actually made them stronger. So now, as we walk forward, the end result of this is that as the Earth and the solar system are walking through this new vibrational pattern in the galaxy, it is really affecting all of you in a deeper way, because you're now open and stronger and enabled to receive the energies that are coming in that are very, very strong at this point. Very, very vital, very, very prominent. And it's a very high frequency. And so many of you are struggling a little bit, of course, is normal, with a dream state, with not getting enough sleep, being tired every once in a while. You might feel you have a cold, flu-like symptoms, these sort of things that come with these new waves of energy that are coming in to help you build up even a higher frequency for your immune system. So this isn't going to come to an end. The frequency and the vibrations that are coming in are going to become stronger, not less. The shift is at hand, and that shift is a shift within each one of you. It is unique to each one of you. So each one of you, being the souls that you are, and the ones that came down to be a part of this, have a unique way of feeling and sensing the energies that are coming in. So no one of you is going to be the same as another one. Some of the results of the energies coming in can be similar. Some of the side effects can be similar, but the way you take in the energies and the way you feel them and sense them, and the resulting patterns of the gifts that are waiting for you to recognize within your own heart spaces are going to shift and change. So don't be surprised that you might be drawn to go somewhere, to be with people, to speak to people, to just bring your energies to certain locations. Some of you are already in a location where you are to set up and to be. And others, there is no location for them. And so that could be very difficult because there's no stability. And so some souls are going to be traveling around. Some souls are going to be stationed in certain places to hold the energy in those places. So our advice here is to continue to work on forgiveness. Through forgiveness, you can raise the heart space, which then opens yourself up to these energies that are coming in, letting go of past situations that no longer serve you, to welcome in new situations that will help uplift you is the way to go, of course. And that is all unique with each one of you. So there is no perfection or any 10-step program, as you guys always use, to understand how this is going to work. You must go within yourself into your own heart space to recognize for yourself how it's going to work for you, and to trust this. Trust now is going to become a very strong feeling and sensation for you. To trust the outcomes that might show up, even if they don't seem to be, say, in a balanced state, to know that you're in the right place at the right time to move forward. And some things have to be presented. In the past, we have talked about choices, and choices are a multiple. There is an infinite amount of choices for any given situation. And as you make those choices, the universe then complements you. The energies, the vibrations complement you. Your direct connection through your heart space to the universe, to all things, gives you the infinite possibility of choices that might become present to you. And those choices that you make from your heart space will then resonate out into the universe, and the universe instantaneously sets things up to make sure as your manifestation and creation comes forward, it begins to happen. Don't be surprised to see the synchronicities start playing out instantly for you. Open your eyes, open your heart, recognize them for what they are, and continue to go, because that just gives you, we would suggest anyway, a feeling of trust, a knowing that there's somebody placing their hands on your shoulders. They have your back. They are watching what you're doing and wish to love you completely, 100%. No reservations whatsoever. As you make those choices from your heart space, that is what you will feel like. You will feel this incredible support structure behind you. If there is a choice that you make that brings you down, say, a darker road, you will notice that as well. You might get a few synchronicities that show you this is not the way to go. The imbalance is waiting for you there, but maybe you need to have that imbalance to recognize for yourself the feeling of that imbalance that you've never had before. So again, as you know, there is no right or wrong in these situations, but you truly will know in your heart that feeling of joy and balance when the choices that you're making seem to be flowing in a very, very beautiful way. Another subject that we wish to discuss is the past, as far as when you came down here. You've been down here for thousands and thousands of years, thousands and thousands of lifetimes. You know this. There's a somewhat of a remembrance we would suggest that you have within yourself to know that this isn't your first time here. You've gone through many, many lifetimes. From the beginning of Atlantis and Lemuria, you came through. You were with the Brotherhood. And the Brotherhood was both, as you've probably heard before, the names of the White Brotherhood and the Dark Brotherhood. You were one of both. For in both, you learned the difference between the two. You were able to meld the darkness with the light and the light with the dark, which brought you into a state of balance within your own masculine and feminine energies. Some of you came into this lifetime with a very strong masculine energy. Some of you came into this lifetime with a strong feminine energy. But there must be a balance for you to be here to feel both, because if you're going to serve properly, you must be in balance with the individual or the situation that is in front of you. You must be able to see clearly where the imbalance is to serve in a way that does not harm the situation or the person, but brings them some insight within their own heart to maybe see things differently. This can be done with words, vibrations, waves, colors, all kinds of different tools that you know you have because you have lived since the beginning of the human race on this planet. You have walked through many lifetimes and were part of the brotherhood the whole way. Many of you know of the Essene community. You were all part of the Essene community, whether you were just an individual that was walking and getting water for some of the masters, or you were a master yourself. You lived in that vibrational community to feel the difference between other communities. The planet itself was formed so long ago, and yet was preparing itself, as well as the universe helping prepare the planet to receive you as brothers. You learned the greatest negativity of being used and abused, even by the Anunnaki as they came down. You were part of the structure here to be used as a slave, to feel what it was like to be used and abused as a slave. So you could use that energy later on. The energies that were brought through various aspects of crystals and oils and gold, for instance, that has high frequencies to it. You learned all these things in the brotherhood, whether it was dark or light, it didn't make any difference. And all that learning, all that time that you spent up to this point has now come to fruition. It is a remembrance for you to understand at this lifetime, which gifts are you going to use from all the learning you have done up to this point. Many of you are very tired of the low frequencies that have taken place over all the eons that you have been here. And at this point in time, it's time to let all that go. It's time to open up to new things, to new manifestations and new creations, to feel the new energies that are coming in, to use all of your power, the power of your heart, to manifest and create as you go. Now, the gift that we wish to give you today is the gift of healing. The first part of the gift of healing is to be able to recognize for yourself the feeling of forgiveness. For when you are truly open, you allow yourself to finally heal within. You can recognize those energies that will come in, but you can also recognize the energies you've been holding on to for such a long time that are holding back the ability to heal yourself. You know within your own energetic structure, as well as your physical structure, that there might be what might feel like a stuckness in certain parts of your physical body and in certain areas of your energetic body. And by allowing your heart to be open, you can sense and feel these situations, these areas around your body and energetic body, and be able to instantaneously bring balance to those areas. You know of your own chakra system, the vortexes you have on your body. You are well aware of those situations, those openings that allow energy to come in. in certain areas of your body. And what we wish to do today is to bring you into that state of balance, to assist you to feel that pureness of balance within your own body. You can do this anytime, instantaneously, whether you are on your journey at work, whether you're on your journey at play, whether you're sleeping, whether you're about to sleep, whether you're waking up in the morning, whether you're taking a walk in nature. It can be done instantaneously, simply with one breath. And so today, we wish to share with you just a simplistic way of being with this, which will then help you to stay younger and more vibrant, bring more strength to your immune system within your physical body, to be able to serve others in ways that you couldn't even comprehend before, from more of a mental understanding, and now bringing it into more of a feeling, sensing understanding. So let's take a moment right now to take a few deep breaths, and we will take you through the process. So take a slow, deep inhalation. And now take a slow, exhalation. And now be present in the silence. Take a slow, inhalation all the way into every part of your body. And now a slow exhalation from every part of your body. Now be in the silence. Now a slow inhalation outside of your body, breathing in deeply all the way outside your skin to your energetic body. And now a slow exhalation from your energetic body through your physical body and out. Be in the silence. Now inhale into the center of your body and your energetic body, into your heart space. Breathe deeply, inhale deeply into the center. Feeling it expand. And now exhale from that expansion. And be present. Now from the opening above your head, inhale from that opening, from the universe, allowing the inhale to come down through that opening into the heart space. Expanding the heart space. And now exhale slowly back up through that vortex into the universe. Be present. Now inhale from the earth, bringing the energy up from the earth through your toes, through your legs, all the way up your body into your heart space, into your center. You might even feel the tingling coming up your toes. Expanding your heart space. Exhaling back down to the earth through your legs and your toes, your connection. Allow yourself to be present. Now with your next breath, allow the energy to come up from the earth and down from the universe, meeting together at your heart center. And as best you can, to feel the golden, energetic particles, waves, frequency. Feel the gold. It is the highest frequency of energy. You're bringing the gold up from the earth and you're bringing the gold down from the universe, inhaling it all down into the heart center. Exhaling it back. Be present with the gold. Inhaling the gold once again from the earth, coming up and down from the universe, meeting in your center. See and sense and feel the energy of the gold. And as you exhale this time from the center, let it reach out into your physical body, expanding everywhere, touching every cell. Feel the tingling. Feel the cells. The joy of being touched once again by the beauty of the universe and the earth. Inhale the gold once again into the center from above and below. Continue to exhale it out into your physical body, bringing balance, bringing truth. Letting the cells feel the beauty of who they are. Releasing any stress or any tension that seems to be surrounding them just melts away. Inhale it once again to your center. Exhaling it out into your physical body to areas that seem to be a little bit in need more than others. Bringing healing and balance. Allowing the cells to be their joyful self. One more time, inhaling the gold energy down from above, up from below, into your center. Exhaling it past your skin, outside into the energetic bubble that's around you. Feel the energy of the gold outside of you, yet part of you. And be present with this. Allow yourself to just sense and feel the frequency and vibration of the gold everywhere. The tips of your fingers, tips of your toes. See it working in your organs, your muscles. Just bringing peace and balance everywhere. bringing a protective shield around you and your energetic body. Allow yourself to remember and retain this feeling. Others will be affected, if you will, by this feeling you are having. You will be projecting it out without harm everywhere you go. It takes but a little moment to center yourself once again, to allow the heart to be expanded and open, to become one with the universe and one with the earth. In this unified field, you will walk a walk without judgment, expanding everywhere you go. At this time, the earth is walking into this cloud of energy, this high frequency of gold, to assist it to move into the next dimensional shift. Allowing yourself to do this every so often allows yourself to be one and unified with the earth, to see the beauty that is here and not the negativity, if you will, but to see the beauty in the negativity. It is up to you, to each individual soul, to feel the uniqueness of the truth they are, to trust in the process, if you will, of shifting from an imbalanced state to a balanced state. To know that it is possible, to know within the heart that it is possible. The feeling of this is unique for each individual. You will know because you will sense and feel when any part of your body that seems stuck is back in balance. You will feel it. You will know it. You do not need a medical doctor, for instance, to tell you. You already know. This process of healing is not setting you above anything or anyone at any time. It is quite the opposite. It is bringing you into a understanding of compassion, of loving yourself fully, understanding yourself fully, so that you can assist others to understand themselves fully. At this point in the shift, it is time for each individual soul to own who they are, to become their truth. If you wish to expand on this small process we have just shared with you, you will bring a new uniqueness to it and can implant it here. But it is enough for you to register with your heart the golden energy that is throughout the entire all. It is everywhere. It is part of every creation, every manifestation, as the all expands. Allow yourself to slowly, slowly, slowly come out of this. A few deep breaths. Feel your toes and your arms and your legs, your body. Slowly working your way back. Maybe when you're back, just let us know. How you guys doing? You all right? Okay. How's everybody doing? Okay.
Okay.
So I guess we don't have to do a healing today.
Ah,
We were going to do a healing with Carolyn today. They jump started it.
yeah, big time.
Yeah, that was very, for me, it was very beautiful, very
Ah,
soft. Felt really good. Also, the channel felt really strong in the beginning, and as we got closer to doing this process or kind of meditation, it seemed to get a little softer as it went to that. As I was channeling in my body, it just felt different, almost as if somebody else walked in, or seemed like there was more of a group of beings in the beginning, and then just a little softer at the end. So it was as if it was just maybe one or two of the beings, something like that. So the floor is open if anybody wishes to share anything that happened for them. And I'm going to have Carolyn or Lisa come here to sit down if they want to say anything, so you guys can hear them too.
that was just huge. God. That may have been the most powerful kind of experience you've done.
Hmm.
At least I was ready for it. I feel very, very grateful to be part of this.
Hmm. Yeah, me too. Always. It was just a real beautiful sensation or feeling, is for me anyway, where when the gold was coming in and meeting at the center, and when it expanded, it was just really, it was powerful but soft at the same time. Just had it just, I don't know, it just had something with it that was just so different. I don't know how to put words to it, but the experience of it was really was very emotional as well.
When the gold came through and they started the process, there was a feeling, and I think they said something about expanding it, into your energetic body, and kind of playing with being in the physical and the energetic, and there was an incredible purity to it, but also as they were describing it, feeling the part, like there was a much stronger contrast with parts of my body that did feel a little stuck, or that did feel like they were holding on to something, and they kind of alluded to that at the beginning, but it was like this completely pure feeling, and then my attention would be drawn to this one part that was like, that doesn't seem to resonate with this new energy that just came in. So it was kind of cool to feel almost like it was like like an energetic image of the body, and you could feel like, okay, what feels pure, or what feels at that similar vibration, and then what area might need a little attention or doesn't resonate exactly with that vibration. So it was it was just a cool feeling of that contrast.
I guess one of the questions I have too is, it's like what kind of taking off what you just said. It's like when it was expanding past the body into the energetic body. I mean, I can still feel it around me. They're just, and it has a different feeling to it than it had inside my body. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like right now it's touching on my cells. I can still feel the buzzing of it, and it's just touching on my cells, and it's like working or something. Like it's got a job to do or something. Like it's working on things. But when it's outside my body, it's just there. It doesn't have to work on anything. It's just like it's just there in support, something like that. So I was curious if you guys are feeling similar, or they're feeling it differently, or whatever.
Well, when I expand my sense of it being out there, my body just starts vibrating like crazy.
Yeah.
It is just, whoa, this is really something.
Now another hit I'm getting is this is the way we are and the way we were when we first came down. That we're just vibratory beings or things or something. And we're just remembering that this is who we are.
Yeah, I have a little bit of the same sensation that you described of it sort of being like a cloud outside of, outside the physical body, but then inside sort of this like kind of that connotation of doing work, or just sort of like doing something like interweaving, and but yeah, outside it just feels like this cloud that's kind of wrapped in this purity. Kind of, or just not, the purity isn't the right word, but just that the nature of that vibration.
You guys want to say anything? I think they're in a golden stupor over here.
I was just feeling the softness. I mean, it was soft for me, outside the body.
Yeah.
It was soft.
Carolyn just saying that she's just feeling that it's very soft outside of her body as well. Anyone else?
Just a question. It's like with all energies, this is just always there in the quantum field, right? It's just kind of orienting ourselves to it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and kind of like calling it in.
Or I don't know, maybe it's already there, Maybe the only reason we can feel it is because we already have it.
Yeah.
And we're just awakening it in our body again. There was a sensation too. It was a great question. There was a sensation too, as it was touching my cells, that some of the cells were blocked, like they might have had like something around the cell that was holding it in place instead of allowing it to be a benevolent part of who it was or something like that. And when the gold touched it, it shifted that whole, that whole feeling, so that whatever was around it was now melded into the gold, and then it was just its benevolent self. So it's almost like, in some respects, the cell already knew that that's what was going to happen. Like like if there's a remembrance or something there throughout our whole body. It's like, it's almost like, okay, you finally got on board, let's get going here. Like, what have you been waiting for this whole time? So I hate to use the word retrain, because it's not like that. It's like there's no training involved here. There's no specific way of having to be or anything like that. But I guess remembrance is probably the best word that's there to use. That we all have it already, and it's just like I'm really getting emotional about it right now. It's so incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little like kind of like we chatted the other night, Tome. It's a lot of what Zach Bush talks about with the bringing cells online with disease, and he uses the word remembering a lot. That it's just like reminding the cells that it's like, oh yeah, I'm part of this too. Like I got to get on board or self-destruct and move out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He talks a lot about the physiology of that.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He is really amazing. I don't know if you guys could, yeah, I'm sure you guys did, because you're on the Zoom today, but I did place that on there to listen to. And if you haven't listened to it yet, I really strongly suggest. I know it's a big one, it's pretty long, but wow, so strong, so unbelievable. As Dane and Lisa and I've talked too, it's just like, it just seems like he's just a channel that when he's talking, there's no interruption to the beautiful flow of information he's just throwing out there. And it's so much, but it's so incredible. So now I want to check that out for sure if you haven't yet. I also liked trying to remember some of the things that were said in the beginning. The understanding of where we are in our journey on the planet, what's going on. Didn't they say something about the shift of energy that's happening? That we're going into some kind of a energetic cloud or something that the Earth has been to before. In that it's even though it's been there before, it's just like us. It's like as we walk our walk and we keep changing and bringing in new things and opening ourselves up, as we experience something that we've already read or heard or anything like that, we see it from a different perspective because we have a different feeling and openness of who we are. So we hear the words differently, or the vibrations are different, or something along those lines. And the Earth is doing the same thing as we go. So there's been a lot going on with the planet these days. A lot of shifting, a lot of changing. Besides just the weather patterns that have been just incredibly strong, going across the United States and other places in the world too. It just seems like everything's in flux right now. And it's almost like we as souls on this planet right now have to somehow bring some stability or something to it, but we have to align with what's going on at the same time. So we might be in flux sometimes. And have to see things differently than what we have before too. So I don't know, maybe that's part of this too. That's just something that just came up that I remembered they said. I don't know if there's something else that struck you guys in the beginning too. I wasn't quite sure. I'll have to listen to it again just to pick up on some of that. But
I know in the past we've talked about, and you had diagrams and everything showing us that the Earth is not going through space like this, it's going through space like that.
yeah, right, yeah.
Well, so as the whole arm of the galaxy is going through, okay, a different, perhaps, wave of some kind of unique energy, everything that's going through it, et cetera, is getting affected.
Yep.
But, you know, then it still has to come around. I mean, there's the famous 26,000-year cycle, et cetera, or 28.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're hitting a very, very intense period that is, I think, shifting the reality of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the intensity of that energy is making a lot of people be very reactive and crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what it's doing for us is pushing our capacity to hold this stuff. It's challenging us to hold it in a more resonant way.
Yeah.
So that everything we do is projecting, we're able to project more out and draw more in of this high intensity energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, it's making us a higher frequency being, in effect, in our capacity to hold and project and transmit this.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like the way you're explaining it, it's like we're an antenna or something.
Oh, I've always felt that, and I'm using that in my work a lot.
All right.
We are like a magnet.
Yeah.
And that level, what my thing, Tomei, is that it's like radio waves, and it's like a bandwidth.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see it going out like this. So the higher the frequency of the radio wave going up, the more expansive it is and deeper in being able to hold information and energy.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore project that kind out and get that kind back. So if we were all AM radios, that's very different than being a UHF television frequency. And that's very different from being an ultra high,
5G.
High 5 and all the other kinds of Gs. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh man, this was really something.
Okay, well, thank you all. This was wonderful.
Yes, it was.
I
Thank you.
will obviously record this again. I'll send out an email with the recording so you guys could listen and watch it again if you choose.
Thank you.
And I'll set up a time for the next one. We're going to be here for the next couple of months, so we don't leave until May. So I would imagine we'll probably have 2 more of these before I leave again. And then we'll be back in August, or no, June. Other than that, though, I'll send out an email for the next channel as well. And if anything comes along with Zach too, I'll send it on to you guys, because it was pretty powerful what he throughout there this last time. So thank you all for being a part of this. I really love you all and hope the best. And if you guys need anything, just give me a buzz.
Hey, glad
All
to
right,
do it.
guys. Thanks for being a part of this. Talk to you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bye-bye.
I-